Hello, I'm Karen Barner and welcome to my Facebook Live today. I want to talk to you today about shadows. Now I know I always talk about shadows, your childhood shadow imprints, and the impact they have on your life. But I asked a question yesterday on Facebook to how many people really understand what I mean when I say shadows, and most did not. So I had to think, I think I'm spending too much time down here at the 10,000 feet. I need to be up here at the 30,000 feet. Your shadow is actually the stories you tell yourself that are part of criticizing who you are. Now shadows can be also positive. They can be the story that tells you you're an awesome speaker, or you're awesome at math, you're really fantastic at spelling, or you're a great people person. The stories that you run in your head are the clue to what your shadows are. So if you make a mistake, say you're talking to people and you stumble over your words, and and instantly you say, I'm stupid, I'm not smart, I can't keep up with you guys. That's your shadow. You're exposing your shadows. You're letting yourself know. If you would stop and listen to the track you run, to the hamster wheel you jump on, that tells you what it is. And I know you're thinking I'm making it really sound easy, but it is this easy. Now, it's hard to admit that's a shadow, and it's even harder to dig deep to find the shadow. Because you can say, well, I think I'm dumb just because I do. And then you have to peel back the layers to get to, who knows, when you were in second grade and you didn't do well on a spelling test. No, why spelling's on my mind. You didn't do well on a spelling test, and your teacher said, well, I guess you're not very smart in spelling. There's your shadow. Shadow is, and I've talked about how my Nana was 4'8" and probably weighed 300 pounds. My mom hated overweight people. If she saw somebody that in her view was overweight, she couldn't stand it. She would go off like nobody's business. And, she kept herself pretty slim. I mean, even when she was getting older, she kept herself pretty slim because she had this huge weight issue. And I can relate it, as I got older, I could see it was a shadow back to her mom. She was embarrassed because her mother was always on the heavy side, perfect Nana, I might say. And that drove my mom crazy. So she rode me like a horse overweight. My sister was naturally thin, my brother naturally thin, and I was a chubby one. And that's probably why I still have weight issues, because I'm still dealing with it. But I figured over the course of time, I have so many other shadows that my weight I'm good with. So whenever you do something that you start talking negatively to yourself, and it's kind of phrases like, I'm never going to figure this out. I'm never going to have the house everybody else has. I'm never going to make the money everybody else makes. I'm always going to be on the heavy side. I'm never going to have a great relationship like everybody else. What's wrong with me? I can't find people to like me. Which, I'm flawed because I'm not as smart as everybody else in the room. Those are your self-talk, which is telling you your shadow. And kind of to take, up here on kind of drilling it down a little bit, if you watch sports, you can see people's shadows. Last night in the World Series, the Houston Astro pitcher, Verlander, whatever his name is, he's 0-5 in World Series games over the course of his career. According to the experts, I don't know because I'm not really a baseball person, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame of baseball. He's considered one of the best pitchers in the country, and yet he cannot win a World Series game. So he really needs to sit down and ask himself what is churning and burning within him that he is blocking his ability to win a game. Because on the other team, the national guy, the Strasburger, he's 5-0. So he doesn't have that type of shadow, because we all have shadows. We all carry them, and they're all for different things. I mean, I have no trouble getting up and talking to people all day long. I have no trouble going to events and chatting people up because I love to talk. There's other things that I really hold myself back from. I don't like being the focal point of attention. And and I know when I tell people that know me, they're like, really? It's the truth. I don't like it, because my mom hated the fact that I stood out. She hated the fact that, I had that type of large personality. And she would tell me she was, abused as a child, not abused, she was left-handed and she went to Catholic school, and back then being left-handed was, the devil was a part of you, and they, they beat the left-handed out of her. So she's always said, just take the back seat. And to her, it was very protective. It wasn't, I'm trying to hold you back from your greatness. It was being protective of me. But I carried that shadow for a long time. That's what shadows are. They're the pieces of you that hold you back. But most important, your shadow is where your gift hides. Your shadow is what you really should be doing. If you're over here and you're doing this one job, but you're really good at this, or you really like doing this, but you don't because you wanted to be, I had a client who wanted to be a writer. And, she decided she'd never make any money being a writer because people don't make money being writers, and therefore she wouldn't be one. Well, that certainly isn't true. People make money all day long from writing, best-selling books. So she had to figure out where that script came from and healed it so she could write her book. Now she hasn't published it yet. She's a client of mine. And whenever I talk about clients, y'all, they have given me their permission to talk about their shadows, just not who they are. So, she's getting ready to publish her book because she finally realized that she really wanted to be an author, but she was allowing that issue to block her. So your gift is hidden within your shadow. It's just up to you to find it. And there's major shadows and there's minor shadows. The minor ones are the easy ones of, I'm not a great speller. Really you're a good speller, but you've decided over the course of time because you want a great speller that you're not a great speller, and it's like, okay, I can hold my own with spelling, shadow healed. I always thought I wasn't good at math. I took an algebra class with a great teacher and walked out of that class going, I'm really good at math. Not really great at financials, but I'm good at math. When you get into debits and credits, that's just ridiculous. So those are minor. The big one is, I repressed until I was, I think, 31 that I was abused. I never even realized it because I had it buried so far. So, you have to deal with a lot of abuse issues. It's the stuff that you really, really want to do that's buried away. It's the trauma in your life that is kind of up to you to share it with other people to help them understand. So when you're taking time to do your personal journey, and I've spent 30 years healing myself. That's why I developed the 5 proven steps to heal your childhood shadow imprints and stand in your greatness, because I've spent 30 years healing shadows of myself, and now I help other people heal theirs. It's worth understanding and figuring out. Take the time. So, real down and dirty description of your shadow. It's the parts of yourself, the negative self-talk that you run in your head. It's whatever the story is that you run in your head that's negative, that's probably your shadow. I hope this helped you guys. If you have any questions, any comments, please write them below. Send me a message. If you want to talk about your shadows, let me know. I'm here to help you guys. It's my goal in life to help 1 million women make $1 million, because they can, once they remove the thing that's stopping in their way, the thing that they keep running up to. So let's get it done. If you guys have any questions, again, let me know. If you're on my Facebook page, please give me a like. And check out my podcast. It's not going to be official, but it is up on iTunes, Blue Rose Podcast. I'm up to episode 3, so check it out. And if you like it, please give it a review. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.